Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to TekTopia, where once again we are in the village of Esteria. And guys, I heard you loud and clear in episode 23 where I asked you what we should build in the top of our centralized tower here, and many of you said to put a bell up the top here, so that is what I've done. I've got some of my gold blocks. I couldn't really put too big of a one in here because we only have limited space and I wanted to be able to see it from the outside, so it could only really be 3 by 3 at maximum. But yeah, I quite like this thing. I'm not too sure how well it would ring, bearing in mind it hasn't really got much maneuverable room, but there we go. I think that's just a nice little thing to put up here. So yeah, thank you to all of you for that suggestion. I'm not quite sure how I didn't think of that one myself. Merchant has just come in with a very nice wheat trade, so gathering together a few more emeralds, and we've got an extra 20 to add to our very big collection. I've been doing a fair bit of this off camera, but as you can also see here, I've got some building supplies ready to do some building at the start of today's episode. And if we just head down into my little storage room real quick and grab the tokens we're going to be using. So we've got 2 4-person homes and another 2-person home. Last episode we bought these temporarily as to spawn in some children that were one day going to grow up and become guards. There's one of them right there. So yeah, I thought we would actually make these into proper homes, ones that are gonna stay around for more than 5 minutes. So if my planning is correct, my new series started on the channel this Wednesday, and I'm fairly confident I haven't got my dates muddled up, so I should be able to let you know what it is without fear of spoiling it. So episode 1 of my regular survival series started, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a very long time now, and I finally got round to beginning it. So yeah, if you didn't check that out, you're more than welcome to go back and take a look if it seems like something you'd enjoy. I have no idea how the episode went because I actually haven't recorded it at the moment. You guys know I pre-record this series quite a bit, and I've been doing that even more so recently, kind of in preparation for that series, as well as the idea of live streaming, which I'm sure I would have spoke more about in the episode. But basically the first one I'm doing is actually tomorrow sometime. I will put the time on the screen if I know what that is at the time of editing this video. At the moment I have no idea. But I thought maybe there would be some new people that might have joined the channel because of that video, and this is your first TekTopia video you're watching and maybe want to know a little bit more about the mod. So real quick, I'll explain what we do in this series. So pretty much TekTopia is an improved villager mod created by TangoTek, who's from the Hermitcraft server, as I'm sure you guys know. And pretty much it makes building villagers in Minecraft just so much more immersive. Your villagers will come alive and all of your buildings will actually have a purpose. So say if you wanted to build a smithy in your village, you could purchase a smithy token as well as hiring a blacksmith, and then he or she will forge weapons for the rest of your villagers. And yeah, it's just really cool. All of them have their own little job that they like to do. They have their own bed they go back to on a night time. They can all go and drink in the tavern together and socialize. And yeah, it's just a really cool mod. We have a lot of fun here. This is actually the second village we've done. I've already done a medieval styled village called Mecklen's Vale, which yeah, you can go back on the channel and take a look at some of those videos if you're interested in that. But yeah, if you'd like to stick around and watch this series, we do have a lot of fun here, and we would be more than happy to welcome you aboard and yeah, tag along. So yeah, if you're new, welcome, and hopefully you understand TekTopia now. But anyway, those are the houses we've just built. Let's hop back into first person mode. Oh, don't you just love it when you misclick the record button? I sure don't. I don't love that. So I've just been showing you around the houses on the insides because I've done the decorating, and I've also been spawning in some children. So all of these homes now have children. I'm not really sure what I'm going to make them. Maybe farmers, because the crop fields are all very fully grown at the moment, so maybe that would be a good profession for them all. But yeah, this is just one of the homes here, a 4-person one. We've got a big table in the middle so they can all sit round and chat and talk about their day in the village whilst they eat their food maybe. And I should also say, for those of you who don't know, this one demonstrating it very nicely, this mod pack is only available in 1.12.2. Just saying that because of some of the block choices I've made. If this were to be the newest version, I would probably put item frames here instead of pressure plates. for noise purposes really, but it would also look better. But yeah, you can't do that in 1.12. So yeah, let it know really. Got some fancy gold armor over here. Now I'll quickly show you the very small two-person home as Taufun just runs out here along with Zaid? I didn't quite catch your name. Zaid. Really quite like the entrance to this one. The inside doesn't really have a lot going on, but that's okay. And then the final one, once I realized I wasn't recording, is this four-person one over here. So I actually really quite like this one. We've got another little table design in the middle, but I quite like this shelf design. I don't really know why. I think it just looks quite nice with the plant pot in the middle. But anyway, let's put our children down. And yeah, I'll go on doing some other things whilst they grow up into nitwits, and then we can give them all a job. These two kitties right here are called Khepri and Atum, and they are named after the Egyptian gods of the rising sun and the setting sun. And in the episode where we got these guys, a lot of you said it would be cool if the villagers worshipped them in some way or another, similar to how the Egyptians would. And we do have a little bit of an Egyptian thing going on with certain elements of our village, like our town hall here is in a pyramid style. So I thought I would build up the lore of this place a little bit, and I'm going to try my hand at building a Sphinx. Now, I've never done anything like that before, so I think I'm going to hop into a creative world real quick, see what I can come up with, and then I'll come back here and build it in survival. I really don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but I think it would be a really cool build if I can. So I was just getting some resources ready for this build, and one of our children thought it would be a good idea to walk directly into this campfire here. Don't worry, she's fine. She only took 8 points of damage or so. She brushed it off. But maybe I should do something about this and not have an open flame right where children run and play by. Okay, I have finished my Sphinx, and I'm going to need you to all be very nice about this build because it's not funny at all. There is not one part of it that is at all humorous in any way, shape or form, but maybe prepare yourself for what you're about to look at here. So here you go. Yep, he is a little chunky, that is for sure, and quite strange looking. Let's actually take a closer fly in here. So yeah, he's a little round in the edges and he's got a bit of a derpy face, and his whole structure is a little bit weird, but I absolutely love this guy. I really am quite proud of how it looks. I know it doesn't really look like a real life Sphinx. They are kind of even stranger looking than this, believe it or not. They've got a really small head and their whole body looks disproportionate, but I went for more of a fat cat look, which honestly I think I've nailed here. He really looks like he could be going on a diet anytime soon, and yeah, I like this guy. He's got a really weird face, and it's quite hypnotizing actually to look at. That's some purple glazed terracotta you can see behind his eyes, and a very black mouth just up there. So yeah, he may not look the best, but he's just too funny to get rid of. So I'm going to keep this guy, and you guys can let me know how I did with this one. But I'm actually going to work on the inside here. We're going to do some sort of shrine. But before I do that, I need to take a trip to the jungle. So, as I'm sure you would have guessed, the reason we have come to the jungle is to tame ourselves an ocelot and to put the cat kind of in the shrine and become the Sphinx itself, if that makes sense. So we've already got a ginger cat and we've already got the black one, so we need the grey one, the Siamese or whatever it is. So I'm hoping I can just get lucky here and get it first time. Otherwise, I'm going to have to find a spot to put some cats that I don't really want on display. But yeah, fingers crossed I can get lucky here. But to begin with, I need to find an ocelot in the first place, which might be harder than it looks because it's nighttime. I maybe should have waited until it was a bit lighter outside. I haven't had much luck taming or even finding an ocelot just yet. I will keep looking, but I have tamed myself a little parrot friend here who is going to be called Iago, from the parrot from Aladdin. Jafar's little pet bird, you know, which was actually a suggestion from one of our commenters, Jules, whose daughter's favourite film is Aladdin, so I thought that'd be a nice little thing we can do, and I'll find a spot for him in the enchanter's tent. But yes, anyway, I will continue on searching for an ocelot. At the moment, all I've really found is zombies, creepers, and other things that want to kill me. I managed to find an ocelot, and after some time of chasing this guy around, he eventually came up to me, and I had that little bit of extra luck on my side and managed to get the one we were looking for first time, which is awesome. I know it's only a 1 in 3 chance, but still, odds were not in our favor, so really happy we got this guy. So I'm going to take this one right here and my parrot, who, yes, is still on my shoulder, all the way back to the village, which actually isn't that far away, so shouldn't really be too bad of a walk. I've placed Iago down in the enchanter's tent over here, and he seems to be very happy on his stool at the back there, but one slight problem: the enchanter doesn't actually live here anymore. These two do instead. I think Molly Dargan here has been here from the very start, but Maya has apparently done a switcheroo with the enchanter, so he resides somewhere else now, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, as I said, he seems to be having a good time back here on his pedestal. I feel like I should get a jukebox in at some point so we can do his little dance, but I will save that for now. I have also extinguished his fire because burning children probably isn't the best thing to have in a village, I don't think. And heading on over to our fat Sphinx, I can't help but laugh every time I see this guy. I think it's the face more than anything, honestly. It's just so strange. But I don't really know what else I could do differently here. It's got such a small area to work with. Anyway, we're keeping this guy as he is. I love him. So I've done some work on the inside here, and I'm kind of doing the lore of this whole I guess whole village, but this place in particular, around praying for rain, which was an idea mentioned by a couple of you in a few episodes ago. I don't know which one exactly. When we built this church, I was asking you guys for some lore ideas, and a lot of you said it would be cool if the villagers, prayed for rainfall, because that's such a precious commodity in a desert and probably wouldn't get much of it. So my theory is the villagers would go into the Sphinx here and pray to the goddess of rain herself, Tefnut, probably Tefnut is more likely. I don't think she's actually technically the goddess of rain, more like moisture and stuff, but we're saying goddess of rain, okay? So, yeah, so she's going to be here, and pretty much, I don't really know, maybe they would come in here and splash their face with holy water, do a little prayer, and maybe make a charitable donation in one of these chests, and then, yeah, go on their merry way for the rest of the day, and she would bring them rain if they were, charitable and actually came here to do some praying. So yeah, that's my little theory behind the lore of this whole village. I don't know, you guys can let me know what you think, but she's got a very, very expensive chair here. This is 54 emeralds in total, and I could have bought something helpful with that, but nope, instead I made it a place for a cat to sit on. Those of you who are fairly observant may have noticed that I've been carrying around a plain old vanilla Minecraft book with me this episode, and this, yes, is a normal book, but it actually holds some sort of power now, because I have installed a mod called TekTopia Information, which was told to me about by Niels Koch, and yeah, this is awesome. So if we click on any sort of TekTopia item, like a villager or a bed or a chair, let's just click on a chair because I think that works. It doesn't work on a chair. Okay, click on a villager. It will come up with, well, this right here is Harrison, right? Yeah, so it will come up on his page, and pretty much this book holds all of the information about your village. So if we just go to the main one here, we can see where it's located. We can see the number of structures we have: 48, 67 residents. That's so many. How many merchant sales we've done, residents without a bed. So if, we're missing a bed, we can look at it that way. How many we've got of each structure, and there's just so much information compiled into this book. I won't go through it all, otherwise I will take up like half of the episode doing this, but I just want to show you like a few cool parts of it. Also, apparently we're now missing a resident. Either I've spawned the wrong amount of children, or something very bad has gone on and we've had a villager die without me notice, but I feel like I would have seen in the chat if that was the case. So yeah, not too sure what's going on there. But yeah, like we can see all of the levels of our villagers here, and then if we want to like search on a specific villager, so let's say we want to see how this child is doing, we can see he's days alive 4, so he'll be growing up soon, which is nice to know. And see if he's blessed for anything, check on his happiness, and yeah, it's just a really cool way of keeping track of everything in the village. So thank you so much, Nils, for telling me about this. I honestly think I'm just going to keep this book on me now in just forever, really, or at least somewhere handy I can grab when I want to do some checking up on the village. But yeah, I just thought that was really cool and wanted to take a couple of minutes to show you about it in case you play TekTopia and hadn't heard about that yourself. Just type in TekTopia information on like Twitch or something and it will probably come up. I'm sure it's fairly easy to find, but yeah, now I need to go do something else. Our children will be growing up into nitwits any day soon, so I suppose we should buy some tokens. We need you, tradesmen, so I'm gonna make most of these into farmers, but I think I also would like to buy 2 blacksmiths. Where are they? At the start? Yeah, so I'll get on to why that is in a little bit. Just doing that so I can shift click all of these farmers because we're going to be buying 8 of them. Did the tradesman just disappear in front of my eyes? Oh, there he is. So we should get 8 of these, right? Yep, that's 8, and then we've got 2 blacksmiths. So yeah, we're going to give out some farmers. As I said, all of the crops are still very fully grown at the moment, but our guards are actually lacking some uniform and some armor. And yeah, we only have 1 blacksmith at the moment working in this tiny building at the moment, and he's got to supply for 10 guards. Oh, the children have started growing up already. Okay, good timing for this then. Yeah, so I'm actually going to build another blacksmith, I guess now. I'm going to have to start doing that soon. Yeah, so we can actually start making some more tools, weapons, and all of that good stuff. Turns out we still have a couple of children running around the place, so I can't actually give out all of these tokens just yet, but I've given out the main bulk of them. We've got 2 farmers left and 2 blacksmiths, which I can't give out anyway yet because we don't have the smithy, but that's what we're going to build now. But before I begin that, I actually need to go on a quick trip to the end, and when I say quick, probably not very quick because it's quite a long way away. I suppose that bed is the last one I slept in. I honestly would not have guessed that. I don't really remember the last time I slept in this world, so I suppose that makes sense. That was the first building we built. But anyway, this is the blacksmith we're currently building up, and it's a fairly basic building. There's nothing really much to it. We've got a big forge on the outside, and the building itself is fairly small. We're going to be using some of the end stone on the inside actually. I will wait to show you that afterwards, but I'm hoping to be able to fit 2 blacksmiths in here, which would work well because we've got 2 spare villagers as well as 2 tokens, and then that would give us 3 blacksmiths in total, which for now seems like a good amount. That will over double the production of everything we're making, so yeah, this should be good for now, but I'm sure somewhere down the line we will end up building yet another smithy. 12 emerald blocks. That is pricey, and it's just going to continue to get more pricey as we go on in this village. But let's go place our smithy token down, and I can show you around what I've done on the inside. There we go. Nice and shiny. And oh, wait, I need to give out the blacksmith tokens first. 2 seconds. There you go. And there you go. Okay, now we can head on inside, and I think a blacksmith actually just went in there. So, yep, there you are. They've got 3 entrances to go through, the front door here, and then these 2, if they want to go through there for any reason. Apparently you're not smithing today, you're just going to go sit down. Okay, fair enough. So this is our little outside forge area. It is getting nighttime, I think that's probably why. Outside forge area, we've got our anvil here, which is technically under the roof, so should still be able to use this. Our forge, our lit forge, burning away out here. And then we've also got like a double-ended, or yeah, double-ended I guess forge, so if they want to use it on the inside they can, or the outside. And pretty much in here is a lot of furnaces, and as you can see, this is, what's it technically called? Endstone bricks. Yeah, and I think it goes quite nicely in here. I wanted to use a bit more of a solid material as opposed to just sandstone or birch. Wouldn't have really made sense in here like we usually do on the floor. So yeah, that's what I've been using the endstone for. So just a bunch of anvils, some stuff on shelves, our forge. No idea what this is, but it's a tripwire hook with a chair in an item frame. I guess use your imagination. Maybe they could hang up some tools that need to like melt just a little bit over the fire, you know, not fully, but just warm up for some reason. A towel over there, a chest to store some stuff, and then maybe a table where they've just recently forged this very nice and shiny golden plate. And I'm thinking I'm actually going to put another anvil on the inside here because we've got this huge open space, and you do only need one anvil per smithy. It doesn't matter how many blacksmiths you have, that you only need one anvil, I think anyway, but can't hurt to have two, right? So yeah, place that one down. I don't know which one they prefer using, but just in case they can't use this one, they've always got that one inside to use instead. There's just one last thing I'd like to do before we end off today's episode, which is to actually add some sugarcane over here, because the only sugarcane we actually have in the village at the moment is right there. It's 3 or 4 stalks of the stuff, and I've got a string above it all. It's mainly decorative, but that's where all of the farmers go if they want to grab some sugarcane to make into paper. And I could do with having some more of it, and I honestly haven't thought of a good place to put it until now. So I'm thinking I might take out this bottom row of crops on either side, the beetroot and the wheat, and then maybe replace this block right here with water, which shouldn't affect anything but will allow us to plant said sugarcane. And yeah, hopefully that looks okay. I'm going to give it a go and see what it looks like, and then we can decide whether we want to keep it or not. Now, some of you may remember the original sugarcane that we had placed down around the town hall. We actually got rid of that because there was a bug where villagers kept getting stuck in the sugarcane. But I remember seeing a comment from one of you guys, I don't know who exactly, sorry, I can't remember, it was a while ago, but saying that if we placed it against a wall that it might help with that, and yeah, they won't get stuck as much. So fingers crossed this doesn't cause an issue. If it does and it keeps happening, I'll probably just scrap the whole sugarcane idea and it won't be a part of the village. Look at how many farmers we have, oh my goodness. It's reaching that stage, isn't it, where like half of the village are turning into farmers. But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on them all and see how they get on with this. But I don't think it looks too bad, honestly. It looks okay. Do-do-do-do-do. Hello, Yago. Just gonna break your chest here. Place a jukebox item frame above it and insert this disc. Yep. Good content. Alright guys, that is going to do it for today's episode. I really hope you did enjoy it, and yeah, pretty happy with what we got done today. We did quite a lot of work. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to do next time. Probably something in the village. I would assume something in the village, yeah. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by Yago here. His dance moves are off the charts, but yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. I really hope you did enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one. And remember to catch a live stream tomorrow if you are about, and yeah, want to come tag along. I think it should be fun. Hopefully all goes well. Never done a live stream before, so who knows what's going to happen. It should be fun though. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.